Toxic people can be incredibly hard to spot, especially when they're good at hiding their true intentions behind a carefully crafted persona. They can create fresh reputations and make you question your instincts, but once you start paying attention to the signs, their true nature begins to emerge. In this video, we'll explore 5 key ways toxic people react when you've discovered their truth. From their unsettling vibes to their web of lies, and the way they try to make you feel small or manipulate you, these signs are crucial in recognizing toxic behavior. If you've ever found yourself in a situation where someone just doesn't feel right, this video will help you understand why and how to handle it. Let's take a closer look at the signs that toxic people use to cover up their actions and keep you in the dark. Lesson number 1. They arrive with a fresh reputation. Introduction. When someone with a manipulative nature enters your life, they often arrive wearing a mask, a carefully crafted persona that makes them appear trustworthy and likable. This fresh reputation is designed to hide any negative past actions, drawing people in while keeping their true motives concealed. This is a classic tactic of toxic individuals who want to start on a clean slate for their own benefit, not for genuine growth or change. Lesson points. 1. They emphasize a reinvented image. Manipulative people may go to great lengths to highlight their supposed growth or transformation, often sharing stories that make them seem relatable or admirable. This image makeover is strategic, aiming to attract sympathy and acceptance while deflecting attention from any prior wrongdoing. 2. They avoid their past. People who arrive with a fresh reputation often dodge questions about their past or brush off any talk of previous relationships, jobs, or events. This evasiveness is a warning sign, as it may indicate a history they want to keep hidden, especially if it involves dishonesty or harmful behavior. 3. They seek validation and trust. Quickly. These individuals often try to establish strong rapport and trust very quickly, wanting to secure your confidence before you have a chance to uncover inconsistencies. By rushing the connection, they hope you won't dig deeper into their past, making it easier to maintain the facade they've created. This approach to a fresh start is less about authenticity and more about managing others' perceptions to serve their own agenda. Lesson number 2. They give off unsettling vibes. Introduction. Have you ever encountered someone who seems to have an invisible wall around them, giving off an unsettling vibe that leaves you on edge? Often, these individuals don't need to say or do much to make you feel uncomfortable. It's in the energy they project, the subtle cues they emit, and how they interact. Recognizing these vibes is essential, as they often signal a deeper, unseen aspect of the person's intentions, mindset, or boundaries. Here are 3 signs of unsettling vibes and what they may reveal about the person projecting them. Lessons. Intense eye contact or avoidance. People who give off unsettling vibes often have a distinct way of using eye contact, either holding it too long or avoiding it altogether. Intense, unbroken eye contact can feel invasive, as if they're trying to probe beneath the surface. Conversely, avoiding eye contact entirely might make you feel ignored or unimportant. Both extremes can be disconcerting, hinting at hidden motives, a lack of sincerity, or social discomfort. Contradictory body language. Body language that doesn't match their words can create a sense of unease. For example, someone smiling while expressing anger or holding rigid, closed-off postures while speaking warmly creates a dissonance that our instincts pick up on as off. These inconsistencies can be a clue to deeper issues with trustworthiness, manipulation, or emotional regulation, making us feel uneasy even if we can't pinpoint why. Vague or evasive communication. Conversations with people who give off unsettling vibes often feel incomplete or strangely hollow. They may dodge direct questions, use ambiguous language, or speak in ways that feel intentionally confusing. This evasiveness can suggest they're hiding something or deflecting from genuine engagement, which naturally raises our guard, leaving us with a sense of distrust and discomfort. Lesson number 3. They lie to cover up previous lies. Introduction. Lying to cover up previous lies creates a complex web that often spirals out of control. When someone consistently covers one lie with another, they often end up hurting those around them while risking their own credibility. Understanding why people do this and how it affects trust can help you approach these situations wisely, staying grounded, and protecting yourself. Lesson Points 1. Identify patterns and inconsistencies. People who lie to cover up past lies often reveal themselves through contradictions or vague details. They might shift their story or get defensive when questioned closely. By spotting these patterns early, you can maintain a clearer perspective and avoid becoming too involved in their false narrative. 2. Recognize the erosion of trust lies, especially when compounded. Eat away at trust. Over time, even small deceptions can create emotional distance, turning genuine relationships into guarded interactions. By acknowledging this impact, you can make decisions about boundaries that protect your emotional well-being. 3. Encourage honesty with calm assertiveness. Sometimes, showing empathy towards someone who struggles with honesty can create an opening for truth. Remaining calm and setting clear expectations can make the person feel safer about being honest. Assertive boundaries encourage accountability, helping to break the cycle of repeated lies. Lesson number 4. They try to make you feel inadequate. Introduction. In relationships, whether personal or professional, some people attempt to lower others' confidence by making them feel inadequate. This behavior often stems from their own insecurities or a desire to control. Recognizing these tactics is essential to maintain your self-worth and protect your emotional well-being. Lessons. Identify the tactics and trust your worth. People who want you to feel inadequate might use subtle remarks, comparisons, or criticisms to plant self-doubt. Recognize these patterns, and remember that their opinions do not define you. Focus on your strengths and achievements, rather than allowing someone else to control your perception of yourself. Set clear boundaries. If someone consistently tries to undermine your confidence, it's vital to set boundaries. You don't need to absorb or react to every comment. By keeping a firm line on what behavior is acceptable, you protect your mental space and prevent their words from impacting you. Surround yourself with supportive people. One of the best ways to counter feelings of inadequacy is by building a positive support network. Friends, family, or mentors who genuinely appreciate you can remind you of your worth. This strong foundation helps you stay resilient against any attempts to lower your self-esteem. Lesson number 5. They attempt to manipulate you. Introduction. Manipulative people often use subtle tactics to influence others for their own benefit, sometimes in ways that are hard to recognize until we're already affected. By understanding the signs of manipulation, you can learn to set boundaries and protect your mental and emotional well-being. Recognizing these behaviors is the first step to stopping manipulation in its tracks. Lessons 1. They twist your words. Manipulative people often distort what you say to make you seem unreasonable or overly sensitive. They might exaggerate your words, take them out of context, or interpret them in the worst possible way. When you notice this happening, clarify your statements, and don't be afraid to correct misinterpretations immediately. 2. They play the victim. One common tactic manipulators use is playing the victim to make you feel guilty or responsible for their problems. By exaggerating their own struggles or blaming others, they aim to create sympathy that diverts attention from their behavior. Be cautious about constantly taking on responsibility for someone else's hardships, especially when they never seem to acknowledge their own role. 3. They use guilt and obligation. Manipulators often make you feel indebted to them even for things you haven't agreed to. They'll use guilt as a way to get you to do things their way, reminding you of all they've done for you or how much they need you. Recognize that real relationships don't rely on guilt and obligation to sustain them. Healthy connections are based on respect and mutual understanding. Recognizing toxic behavior in others is essential for maintaining your peace and protecting your well-being. When someone arrives with a fresh reputation, gives off unsettling vibes, and constantly lies to cover up their past actions, it's a clear sign that they're hiding something. Their attempts to make you feel inadequate are just another manipulation tactic designed to control and undermine you. Being aware of these 5 signs allows you to spot toxic people before they can harm you emotionally or mentally. Trust your instincts, set boundaries, and remember that you don't have to tolerate manipulation or deceit in your life. By identifying these behaviors early, you can reclaim your power and focus on healthy, genuine relationships.